Hendrick, what's up with it, man? How you doing today, man?
Ohio at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, man, congrats on your wins today, man. You did your thing today, man.
NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here we go. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
And for the Browns there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left sideline, incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on this schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
Well, this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple.
You got to kick a field goal punt. Remember the new rules? You're gonna have to punt that. Or kick a field goal, whichever one. You can only go for it if you're in the red zone. I know, but remember he made the new rule tonight that unless you're in the red zone, You can't go for it. You can only kick a field goal or punt. He just made the new rules. No, he just made you can't go for it. He just made the rules. All right.
His progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on fourth down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. On the screen, this is Evans. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. First carry now for Chris Evans. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Still on fourth down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson just beating the play clock. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's third down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. There's some space here. There he goes, right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, he only needed 2 yards. It was 3rd and 2. But he found a way to make the Red Sea part.
And remember, it's 3rd and 2. In the NFL, that's not automatically a running down. Most of the time, it's a passing play. So in this case, now they're probably loosened up just a little bit, thinking pass. They hit him with the run, and boy, did they hit him big. Is he still going? I mean, Michael, you called the touchdown, right?
That's it. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
From the 27, Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now Burrow on first down. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Here we go. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. They'll try and run for it with Evans. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. Throw left. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Browns.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Burrow going to give this to Nixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here in a tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. The slot man in motion right. On 3rd down, Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And again, it's Chubb. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. The Browns at a perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They run it again with Chubb. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. And Joseph Charlton on now to punt. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take, catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Back to Mixon on second down. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the first half. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Browns drive about to get started. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Faking the give. Now Watson. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Back to throw, Watson. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 36 yards on the play. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Watson off play action. He's going to take another shot here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd and 7. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here we go, here we go. first down. Here's Burrow. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Back to Mixon on second down. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. It's Mixon on the counter. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll be a pickup at 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Mixon. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. The drive stays alive. A 3rd down gain of 8. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun to give to Mixon. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3. Touchdown, Bengals! Joe Mixon from 8 yards out. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
138 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They'll roll him out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
Hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw because that one hung up there for a long time and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
A 33-yarder from the left hash.
York able to send this one through.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 and a Cincinnati first down. Now it's Burrow. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And a nice pickup there as he'll get about 9, and that will lead us to a stoppage here at the 2-minute warning.
On, ready?
Mixing up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The slot man in motion right. Throwing, Burrow. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Juju Smith-Schuster, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taken from about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. And even 150 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. And Watson's going to throw it here. Trying to lay one up deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. They'll run with Chubb, and he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a camper on this game. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
Hey, that's alright. I expected some bullshit to happen in Madden. That's all Madden is bullshit. It's no real skills, no competition. I'm not worried about this game. I'm not worried. This is my last season. Like I said.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I would, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you go to the film, find out where the game was lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
Oh, I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah, they were concerned not only about moving the ball through the air, but also on the ground. But both really started to come in sync.
Thank y'all for tuning in, man. Holler at y'all tomorrow.
6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.